Hello, everyone. My name is Dana Parsons. I'm an enrollment specialist for Lewis Clark State College, and today I'm joined by Michelle Nelson, Division Chair of our Business Technology and Service Department. This is one of our Facebook Live division info sessions that we're doing this year, where you'll get to hear an overview of LC State, followed by a presentation about a specific division. These are recorded and will be available on our Facebook page afterwards as well. Before we go into it, I would like to mention that we are going to be taking questions in the comments, but we would like to remind you to refrain from posting or including your personal information, like a student ID number or your social security number, in the comments. If you have any specific questions about your specific situation, you can email us at admissions@lcsc.edu, or you could text or call us at 208-792-2378. Feel free to ask the questions in the comments and we will address them after the presentation. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So we'll just talk a little bit about where LC State is. We're located in north central Idaho in Lewiston, Idaho. That's located in the Lewis Clark Valley, and it has a population of about 55,000. Why LC State? Well, there are several reasons. We have the lowest four-year tuition in the entire state of Idaho. We have about 3,700 students with a class ratio of 15-1. That means we're going to have a really small class size, which is great because you get personalized attention from your instructors, from faculty, from staff, from the campus in general. And we have a 97% placement rate for graduates. That's whether you want to go straight into the workforce, into your career, or if you want to go on to graduate school. So that was a little bit about LC State in a nutshell. I'm going to actually go ahead and hand it over to Michelle now to talk about our business, technology, and service programs.
Thank you, Dana. So thank you for having me. And I just want to say that we are accredited by the Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities, NWCCU. So my name is Michelle Nelson, and I am the Assistant Dean of Career Technical Education and the Division Chair for Business Technology and Service. And just to start out, I'd like to explain maybe what makes CTE programs unique. We do have small class sizes, and a huge majority of our faculty are actually graduates of LC. And many actually graduated from the program that they now teach. So they graduated, they worked in industry, and returned back to LC to give back. And as Dana stated, we are very affordable, and the cost of living in Lewiston is one that is very affordable. We are a smaller city with a small town feel, and many of our instructors were born and raised in this valley, and they have incredible industry partnerships in the region that have been years in the making. Our instructors have wonderful industry experience, and some of them have many years of industry experience. So if you are even slightly considering returning to college and you want to get your feet wet, come to LCSC to the CTE division. And between our TNI and BTS divisions in CTE, you can come out after only 2 semesters, and in some cases, even just 1 semester, with a certificate in hand and employable skills that employers need today. So there's a term that I'd like to bring up a few times, in that scaffolding. So if you complete a certificate, maybe it's even just a 1 semester certificate in our division, maybe you only come for that, but you stay because everything builds on itself. So if you complete a 1 semester certificate, those credits go toward a 1-year certificate, all the way up to an AAS degree. And so we call it scaffolding. Everything builds on itself. Ultimately, your 2-year degree in CTE could transfer into a 4-year BAS degree in the business division. So please email me if you have any questions, or Dana, or LC State Admissions. We would love to give you a tour of any of our programs, or get you hooked up with one of our faculty advisors if you're interested in one of our programs. So we have a lot of great programs in the BTS division. And all of our programs have an internship component, and many to most of our students are getting hired prior to graduation, usually often at their internship. I also want to just briefly take an opportunity to introduce you to our portfolio option through our adult learner program. So a student can take an 8-week portfolio class at LC State where a student could learn how to document their college level competencies that they have acquired through work experience. So the class is 1 college credit. It only costs $50 to take this class, and the student puts together a portfolio that provides evidence that they have met the established learning outcomes for a college level course. So ultimately, a student in theory could earn up to 25% of their degree this way. It's a great way for, let's say, an adult learner to receive credit for years on the job if it applies. And if you're asking why CTE and why the BTS division, well, if you're right out of high school and you're kind of nervous about college, or maybe you're an adult learner and you haven't stepped foot in a classroom for 20 or 30 years, or maybe you're just not ready to commit to 4 years of schooling right now, or you need to update your skills, either of our divisions in CTE might be your answer. So you've already been introduced to our T&I division. Our division chair, Jennifer Weeks, a few weeks ago did one of these Facebook Live sessions and for our technical and industrial division. And most of those programs are housed up at our new Schweitzer Technical building. But there's many other incredible options inside of CTE in our BTS division. And some of these programs, maybe you've never heard of them, or maybe you're curious about them. So I want to give you a brief overview of our BTS programs. The first one I'd like to talk about is Administrative Medical Assistant, and we call it AMA. So if you're interested in the medical field, but maybe you don't want to touch people, maybe you don't want to be around patients necessarily all the time, but you want to be a crucial part of the healthcare team, then AMA would be for you. So there are patient financial services positions at hospitals, nursing homes, insurance companies like Blue Cross and Blue Shield, ophthalmology offices, orthopedic and chiropractic offices, gastroenterology offices, pediatric specialty clinics, and the list goes on and on as to the variety of places one could work being an administrative medical assistant. I also want to remind you to look at the LC State webpage for more details about any of our programs, or contact Dana or myself, or reach out to LC State Admissions if you're interested in any of our programs. And you can see by the slide the different certificates and degree that we offer in administrative medical assistant. On the next slide, I want to bring to your attention that we just made a curriculum change. One of the crucial things you learn as an administrative medical assistant is medical coding. It is a whole science. Every procedure and diagnosis out there has a code, and it's a real art form to learn how to look up those codes. We took that class recently and made it into 2 classes. This is for the benefit of the student, and it will definitely help your knowledge. Not many individuals take and pass the CPC exam. That's a Certified Professional Coder exam. It is a designation that is coveted, and this program provides the tools necessary to be successful in taking that exam. Employers reach out to me practically begging for insurance specialists who are trained in insurance procedures and in medical coding. There are so many rules and details when you're filing a medical claim for a patient. This is truly a learned skill. This program provides those specific skills. And those skills will help you in the job, but it will help you in your personal life. It will help you understand your medical bills and make sure that your bill is correct. It'll help you understand your own insurance policy. So it really is, it's good life skills to have as well. And on the next slide, I just wanted to share a alumni success story. So we have lots of success stories in all of our programs, but one student offered here, I just wanted to reach out and let you know I'm still putting this degree to good use. I'm currently working for the Montana State Lab as their billing specialist. Thank you for everything. And recently an AMA student sat for the CPC exam and passed on the first try, and that is a feat to pass that exam on the first try. So it's not common, but our students do it. So remember, if you want to be in the medical field, but you don't necessarily want to be hands-on, this is a really excellent choice to make an impact on patient care without actually giving the care. And the demand for jobs in this field is just huge. So the next program I want to briefly touch on is early childhood development. So this slide is packed full of information. It shows the different degrees one can get. And something really special about this program is it can be done entirely online. This program emphasizes cognitive development, fine gross motor, physical development, social and emotional development, language and literacy development, and self-help skills of children birth through age 8. Students seeking a degree spend about 8 to 10 hours a week at an approved extern or practicum site during their second, third, and fourth semesters of the program. And students seeking a certificate, and we have a 10 credit basic technical certificate in this program that will meet the requirements for a CDA, which is Child Development Associate Credential, and that is often needed for many working in preschool and Head Start programs. I also want to say that some courses can be taken in high school and can be counted towards certificates or AAS degrees in many of our programs. So dual credit courses might apply to your chosen certificate or degree. Next, I would like to talk about our graphic communication program. This is one of our most popular programs. We have 3 dynamic professors with an array of experience. And one of our professors actually worked at the Lewiston Tribune as a graphic designer before teaching at LC State. And students get to work in our actual LC Live shop for hands-on experience. So I want to just plug that we have an actual graphic shop at LC State that's open to the public to meet your printing needs. So in the Sam Glen complex, which is the circle building, some people call it the Mickey Mouse building, if you have any kind of printing needs, maybe you need wedding invitations printed or Christmas cards, remember, we have a fully functioning graphic live shop. Also, I want to take this opportunity to plug our Facebook page. So we as a division, and actually the T&I division has one as well, we have a business technology and service Facebook page of all its own. And if you go to that Facebook page, you're going to see recently I've been posting a lot of examples of 2 of our programs that have worked together to advertise for both of those programs simultaneously. The AMA program that I just talked about and the graphic communications program. I don't want to give it away, so I'm going to say just go out there and check out the Business Technology and Service Facebook page, and you will see the holiday themed advertisements. And they did such a good job making both programs relevant in the advertisements. The next program I want to talk about is packaging design. So it's kind of an offshoot of our graphic communications program. People do not realize there is an entire industry that revolves around packaging design. We have lots of incredible equipment in our print shop in the Sam Glen complex, including a over $130,000 printer that's used for student learning and for actual print jobs that come in. So students get to work on the equipment, and LC graphic communication software and printers created most of our LC State brochures. Students actually get to work on actual client projects, and students in both graphic communications and packaging programs use the print shop completely. Like if you go down there and you take your job, you'll probably see a student working on a machine. So please do not forget about our print shop, open to the community. in the Sam Glen complex. And you can also see all the different, there's so many different career opportunities in packaging design. If we go to the next slide, it shows you 2 examples of what our students create. These pictures do not do it justice. It's so incredible what these packaging students create. So in our packaging lab, students utilize specialty CAD software, a wide format flatbed printer, and sample cutting table for producing working prototypes of their creations. There is not another institution in the Pacific Northwest that offers coursework in this field. So that makes us pretty special in that unique way. So packaging, a whole entire career in packaging. And if you go to the next slide, you could have the best of both worlds. You could do graphic communications and packaging design because they share a lot of classes. Packaging design also offers an intermediate technical certificate that you can get in just 2 semesters. And once a graphic communications student gets into 1 or 2 of the packaging classes, oftentimes they fall in love with those packaging classes and they either add a certificate or a whole AAS degree to their graphic communications degree. We recently tweaked our curriculum slightly, and now graphic communication students will take the packaging graphics course, which is basically an advanced Illustrator course, and it is now required by graphic communication students and packaging students. So there are many different certificates and degrees in packaging and graphic communications. The next program I'd like to talk about is hospitality management. So you can see on the slide there different degrees and certificates and all different kinds of careers. I want to announce that I'm really excited. The hospitality management program just this last fall moved into a new space, a remodeled space in a different building in the mechanical technical building. So it looks like it's a new space with a brand new kitchen. It's huge. It's incredible. It's so impressive. I can't even tell you. It has received a recent curriculum update, which I'll explain here in a moment. And our associate professor, Rodney Farrington, collaborates with a huge array of industry partners, not just statewide, but worldwide. He's got lots and lots of experience in the field. And Megan Fairley, Goforth Fairley, is our culinary assistant professor. She owned Brock's and Brava's in downtown Lewiston prior to teaching at LC. And she is a graduate of Le Cordon Bleu College of Culinary Arts in Seattle. I wanted to embed a advertising video that we just completed for this new space, and it would not fit into the PowerPoint. So again, I invite you to go to our Business Technology and Service Facebook page and just scroll down a little bit, and you will find this incredible video that basically a picture's worth 1,000 words. And watch the video, and it's going to give you a lot of great information about this program, and you get to see the space. You're going to get to see this incredible new kitchen and new space for hospitality. So the next slide shows, talks about this semester of exploration. So let me just say, if you're even remotely interested in anything related to food and beverage, front office management within hospitality, hotel resort management, culinary arts, or just hospitality in general, come to LC, to BTS, and take we call it semester of exploration. And you can explore your options. So maybe you think that you want to go into hotel resort management pathway, but once you go through that first semester, you realize, you know what, I really am interested in food and beverage or front office management or the culinary pathway. So all students start in the same place, semester of exploration, and then branch off from there and choose a certificate or degree pathway from there. There's a lot of posts on our BTS Facebook page that talk about this program. And then the next slide, I I wanted to add this in. Sometimes when individuals think of hospitality, think there's sometimes a connotation that the pay is not great, and that's just not true. Obviously, things have really changed in the last couple of years with hospitality. It's not just about pay, and one can truly start at a high wage depending on the position that you get after graduation in hospitality, but there's so many other perks working in the hospitality industry that I think people just don't think of. So here's some possibilities here on this slide. So maybe entry level positions aren't necessarily high wage, just depends on the position you get. But there's so many other perks. There are resorts in the state of Idaho that have some of these perks. And so I put some on here. Some provide housing. If you go to some of these worldwide resorts in Idaho, some provide tuition reimbursement. The list goes on. So it's not just about the pay. And I just really want to highlight that. Anyway, I think it's worth stating, please check out the video on the BTS Facebook page and check out our hospitality program. And then the next slide talks about our legal practice assistant. So we've got legal programs, we've got legal practice assistant, paralegal, we even have a legal minor. So legal practice assistant opportunities are shown here. Legal practice assistant is essentially, I guess the best way to describe it would be a clerical position, like similar to legal secretary, what we used to call legal secretary. There are lots of opportunities. Offices need these individuals with this training. Legal practice assistant, you can work in a law firm, claims adjuster, court assistance program specialist, lots of opportunities here. So if we go on to the next slide, a very popular program, paralegal. So let me take a minute to pause here and talk about paralegal. Paralegals are educated and trained legal professionals who work alongside licensed lawyers or judges. They draft correspondence, memoranda, and other legal documents. They conduct legal research and assist lawyers in their work through interviewing clients and witnesses. They conduct investigations to collect evidence. They assist at court hearings and trials and manage case deadlines and workloads. Paralegals do a lot of the, if not all of the work for their attorney, but they don't go to court. And so there are more jobs out there than there are qualified and trained paralegals. And I will say that we do have a BAS in paralegal, and I get this question often, so I'm just going to state the answer because I would end up getting this question, and I think it's here in red, that if one gets their BAS in paralegal, yes, you can take that and go on to law school with that for your degree. Yes, you can. So again, I just want to remind you that this term scaffolding, where our certificates and degrees build on each other. So even if you think, you know, I'm just going to come in for a 1 semester certificate and you get that certificate, maybe you go work for a while, you come back, decide, you know, I'm going to go on to a 1-year certificate, or I'm going to go on to my 2-year degree, then those credits that you received go towards that. It is, you've taken those classes for good reason. I also, again, want to remind you that credit for experience on the job could be applied through that adult learner portfolio program that I talked about earlier. So I just want to plug that again, our adult learner portfolio program. And then the last program that I would like to talk about is our medical assistant program. So I began with administrative medical assistant, and I'm ending with medical assistant. A long time ago, I thought that I wanted to be a nurse or a medical assistant, and I just decided I didn't want the hands-on aspect, and my background is an administrative medical assistant. But if you know you want that patient contact, I direct you to medical assistant. There are so many opportunities right now for medical assistants, and there's not enough graduates. There's not enough trained medical assistants out there. I get calls all the time for medical assistants, and we don't even have enough people to fill the positions. Now, I'd like to also say, along with our hospitality program, the medical assisting program has a new space in the mechanical technical building on our campus. So the classroom, the lab space, the instructor office are now housed in a dedicated, basically brand new space. And we just added and had approved an ITC, so intermediate technical certificate. It's a 1-year certificate. And that 1-year MA certificate also leads to becoming a CMA, certified medical assistant. And that 1-year certificate prepares you to sit for the CMA exam. So our MA program is accredited by MERB/KHEP. So let me just briefly explain that. The Medical Assisting Education Review Board, that's MERB, is a committee on accreditation of the Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs, or KHEP. So a medical assistant is a multi-skilled allied health professional, specifically educated and cross-trained to perform a broad scope of both administrative and clinical duties within a medical facility. Medical assisting is a meaningful career choice. It can change lives, and it can be a gateway to other career opportunities. It's one of the nation's fastest growing allied health careers. And actually, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, medical assisting employment is projected to grow 18% through 2030. So that's much faster than the average for all occupations. Students get hands-on training from we have an awesome instructor. She places you in a clinical experience internship for 180 hours in a medical facility, and our graduates are getting hired left and right, usually by their internships. When you complete the AMA program, you are eligible to sit for that CMA exam. And that CMA exam through AAMA is considered the gold standard of medical assisting. This credential means that one has a professional edge. It's increased prestige among peers and employers. It also means better job security and greater career advancement opportunities. So again, if you're even slightly interested in medical assisting, come and check us out, talk to LC State Admissions. I would encourage you to at least get signed up for the ITC. I would encourage anybody to come to CTE and sign up for a certificate. And even if you only complete with a certificate, you've got that in hand and you've completed something, and that certificate will go towards an AAS degree should you choose to stay to pursue an AAS degree. And so that was really fast, but I just am really happy that I was able to talk about our programs in the BTS division. We have awesome programs in our TNI division as well. Again, please go to our Business Technology and Service Facebook page, and you're going to see a lot of great information there as well. Or reach out to Dana if you have any specific questions, or if we have time, I can attempt to answer any questions that come my way if there are any questions.
All right, Michelle. Well, it doesn't look like we have any questions, probably because you did such a good job of covering everything so thoroughly. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate it. On the screen, we have our admissions office information. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to us through phone, text, or email. And feel free to reach out to the division as well by phone or email there. If you have any questions about a specific program or anything like that, feel free to reach out. We're here to help. But that concludes our info session for tonight. Stay tuned for our next one happening on January 11th, and that is with our social sciences division. So, again, thank you, Michelle, for being here, and we hope you have a good night.